Alrighty guys, Kentucky pulls off the win, a 77-72. Kentucky improves to 4-0. Duke loses number 6 to number 19. And we saw something special tonight. Let's hope we did. We saw, a veteran, experienced team against, a young Duke team. We saw what would happen. We've seen this many times with our team. Of course, we've been the younger team most of the time. You see what happens when it gets down to the, crunch time, when the game gets close. You could see Duke tightening up. You could see Cooper Flagg getting a little tight. He made a couple. He got stripped of the ball. Then he made that big turnover at the end. Kentucky pulled it out. And a lot of this win not just goes to the experience, but Mark Pope made some adjustments there late in the second half, brought Kentucky back. We scratched, we clawed, just like a Wildcat would do, right? Scratched and clawed, pulled her way back. Carr, 17, Williams, 10, Ortega, 15, Robinson, 1 point, Butler. This made some great plays. Butler did down the stretch. 9 points. Kobe Berea, 9 points. Kerkrisa, 6 points. And it was just overall, we just saw a lot more life and a lot more energy in Kentucky as the game went on. I believe conditioning mattered this game. We could see Duke cramping up towards the end of the game. We just saw some, I'll just be honest, we saw some men playing boys. And I know, Duke almost won in all this, and they'll get better. And again, that's something I don't want to have to say with Kentucky this year. We got a bunch of freshmen, we'll get better as the season goes on. That's something you don't want to say. Because at the end of the day, Flagg may improve and all this stuff, 17 years old. But again, he's going against 22, 23-year-old players like Kentucky. Again, it's man versus boy, literally. Even though Cooper Flagg is probably going to be the greatest thing ever since Asian women. But anyway, Cooper Flagg, he played great, 26 and 12. But again, he made key turnovers. Let's see, I'm not even going to talk about Duke. Who cares? Let's look at the overall stats, and that tells the tale of the tale. But Kentucky shoots 40%. They shoot 10 for 25. Duke shoots 4 for 23 on threes. That was the tale of the game. Plus, Kentucky shot 7 more free throws. We made 70% of their free throws. They made 70% of theirs. Let's see. I know they won points in the paint. Duke did. But Kentucky's offensive strategy was shoot threes, and that's what they did. And I'm proud of this team. I know it's early in the season, but is this not just a great way to start off the Mark Pope era? This is just very confident team. You could tell even though they were down, they just kept playing hard, people. I loved how it was just nonstop, up and down the court, playing hard. And again, a lot of this has already been instilled in they're third, fourth, fifth-year players, whatever. And a lot of this mentality is in the players' heads already, where they played for other teams. They already know we got to play. They know what to do. They experienced in these situations. And we know what Butler, how he's experienced in the Final Four last year. And it's just good to see this. It really is. It's just a great way. To me, this was the start of the season. The exhibition games and the few games we played that didn't really matter. And this kicks off the season the right way. Duke has beat us so many times or whatever these last few years. They have they've won. I don't know, when was the last time Kentucky beat them, 2015, or I don't even know what it was. But whatever it was, again, you look at that was the Coach Cal era. Now you look at this as Mark Pope. You kind of like, well, that was the past. You put that away. You're like, now look what we're doing now with a new coach. That's the way you look at it. And Kentucky still has the head-to-head victory over Duke, lead overall. But overall, I'm just so proud of this team. I really am. I really am. And I was kind of waiting for it to happen. I was waiting for Duke. You know, I was waiting for the freshmen. I know Duke had like a 10-point lead at one time, 9-point lead, and the announcers was having Duke orgasms. There was like, oh, look at Cooper Flag. Oh, you know, they was like that. They was having a big Duke orgasm. But I knew we had just such a great chance to win this game. I knew it was going to be close. And again, this was a win-win for Kentucky. Either way, we lost. If you lost close, it was still a win for us because we're like, well, look how far this team's come by just being thrown together. And if we win, you're like, well, this team could be something more. And we're going to see how it goes from here again. Now, the thing you have to remember with this early season games, Duke may not be as good as they're ranked. They're probably not, you know, a top 10 team. They might not be a top 10 team. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? We have to let the season play out. So again, that's one thing you have to remember. Also, we might not have beat it. We might have beat a team that's just going to have a good player in Cooper Flag, and that other guy, the Kepler guy, the Cooper guy, Cooper, whatever his name was. But again, it's just good to beat Duke. And Coach Cal would not have won this game. Let's just be honest. He wouldn't have won it, and that's just the truth. We probably got beat by 15, 20 points if Coach Cal was the coach with this group of players here. So anyway, good start. I'm excited for the season. I've always been excited for the season, but this gets you extra motivated because you believe you can do something now. And that's what I'm excited about with this Kentucky team. So we'll go from this and look forward to the next game. Kentucky 77-72. We beat Duke, and we're moving on. We got quite a ways off here before next. We played Lipscomb the 19th. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 good games coming up before we play Clemson. And we'll worry about that from when we get there. But again, it'll be interesting to see what Kentucky jumps to in the polls Monday. We'll see how that goes. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Just so proud of this team. Great way to start the season. And we'll see you guys as always next time. Remember, destiny is all. Go Big Blue and love one another. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Toodles!